Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Please make welcome our next guest, Hannah Wayne, environmental scientist, born and bred on the Goldie.
We're happy to stop our city from becoming a gambling ghetto. We're happy to stop our city from becoming a wharf wasteland, and some experts will be telling you about how that might happen. People with technical information who live in our community. We have never been against the development of the 2 parcels of land south of SeaWorld or south of Marina Mirage, understanding that those commercial infrastructure is also on public land. We have never been against that for the development of super yacht marinas if it's deemed that that is of an economic and tourism benefit to the Gold Coast. We want that development to be within the constraints of the current building regulations, 3 stories high, the sorts of activities down there that would appeal to both residents and to tourists. So we're not opposed to everything. We want proper planning and strategic planning. We are opposed to the annexation of public open space and of public parks, and Wavebreak Island is a public park in a river estuary. The moment you privatise and commercialise public parks, waterways, islands, it is available only to those who can afford it. Therefore, it is discriminatory. Finally, we're all in Doug Jennings Park. Many of you know why it's called Doug Jennings Park, but just as a little bit of history, I'm going to fill you in. Doug Jennings was the member for Southport in the 1980s. He was a member of the National Party during Joe and Russ Hinz's time. Interesting times. Maybe we're revisiting those times. However, Doug, within the party, fought and fought and fought, and sometimes, I've been told, at great physical risk to his own health, to save the spit and the Broadwater for the people of the Gold Coast. It is 25 years since Doug Jennings died. He died in Parliament after a session in the gym. He was 57 years old. But he fought to keep this until his literal dying day. And that's why, in their wisdom, they named this park Doug Jennings Park. The world needs more Doug Jennings. And do you know what? We have one, and I'm about to introduce him. From within the National Party, there is one courageous politician who has tabled dredging reports, who has spoken to community groups and publicly put the facts out there. And I believe, in the spirit of Doug Jennings, that within the political constraints and the pressure that no doubt is coming to bear on him, I would like to introduce to you the only politician who is speaking today, because he supports our cause and has supported it for 7 years. And he is now going to speak to you to give you a few other aspects, but I would like you to warmly greet the member for Gavin, Dr. Alexander Douglas.
Thanks very much, Steve, and thanks very much to everyone here today. As Steve has said, you are on Doug Jennings Park. This is public land. This is your land. It was granted to you in perpetuity, to the Gold Coasters, to Queenslanders, and to those who come to our shores. It is not for sale.
Woo! Not for sale! Not for sale!
It never was. The fight probably started a long time ago, and it will always continue. In some ways, this is the first day of the fight we have now after a change of government. And of course, I'm a member of that current government. And I believe these types of fights for these types of properties may always be with us, but they're worth fighting for, they're worth winning, and they're for you. They're not about them.
Yes! Yes!
Today it's great to see you all here with families and young people. I've got my wife Susie, who fought the battle for 8 years on the council and certainly fought a very difficult mayoral race, and I'm here with my children as well, who've, like many of you, have surfed, been to the concerts here, walked on the beaches, and basically had free access here, which is what we want to maintain forever. Not just for, 5 years, 10 years, but it'll be forever. And the only way we can do it is doing what we're doing now. And I would need to say to you that this battle will be a tough one. I can't understand why it's happened this way, because literally in the last set of elections, we had the former leader, John Paul Langbroke, said that he was totally opposed to any development here. We had the former leader, Lawrence Springborg, who came here with Jeff Seeney, who made the announcement here yesterday. Paradoxically, I don't understand what's going on there, but they were here, they understood, and they said, this land is yours, it is Queenslanders, it's Australians, and it's for us all to share. And that's what we've got to keep on going. That is the message. Just because the mayor has done a deal to give away what is yours so he can have the cruise ships dictate what they will do and what they won't, he can't do it. And he's not going to be able to do it. And I urge you to stop him. This so-called cruise ship terminal is not about new business. It is a massive land grab. It is a giant Gold Coast asset sale, but the only difference is we only get $1. $1.
I'll buy that for $1.
I'd have to say, and what do we get? We get a dock that we can never use. Because I'm going to tell you what about the Broadwater here. The Broadwater is a massive marine estuarine sanctuary. You can't dredge it to below 4.5 metres. There's not one reason, there are many reasons, and they're scientific, and they've been validated. And they've been validated more than 3 times and by very, very complex engineering. And what that means is that for any homeowner that lives along the 700 kilometres of waterways, and I need to repeat that, there's 700 kilometres of waterways. If you live within 800 metres of a revetment wall, your home is dramatically at risk by what is being proposed here. So that means all the developments in surface, that means every development on all the islands, and everyone who lives right up into the upper reaches of the Coomera and up the Nerang River, your property is at risk because of this stupid proposal.
Atlantis! We're on the Gold Coast, not Atlantis!
Now it may be that at its core, that this probably really isn't about a cruise ship terminal in the Broadwater. And I think everyone would say that. We know that there's been all sorts of things proposed. But if this is really only about something like 2,500 gaming machine licences, well, I would say to the Mayor, go out into the market, buy the gaming machine licences, put them in appropriate places, don't put people out of work, and walk away from any proposal to do anything in the Broadwater, because the land surrounding this and then the Broadwater, it is public property and it's not for you to touch.
Walk away, Tate! Walk away! Walk away, Tate! Later, Tate!
I believe if this terminal or this major shipping construction ever takes a ship, it will never pay the cost of building it. The sand in the ocean will prevent any long-term use. If the proposal really is about a shipping terminal on the Broadwater, then this campaign must be to terminate the terminal. It's a fight worth fighting. I urge you to approach all the people who you work with, basically talk to every councillor and make sure that this land remains in perpetuity for everyone's use for the future, out into the Broadwater and beyond. Thank you.